right, here we go. Whoa, hey!
Blown out. We're blown out.
All right. Hello, welcome to the show. Today we are sharing our deepest fears, concerns, and outright nightmares concerning Star Wars,
Episode 9.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Also, kind of a predictions-ish-esque video.
Yeah, it's a prediction video, but we're mostly concerned about this movie, so we
concerned predictions.
so we turned
predictions.
it nightmares. Yeah, I have felt this way about this movie since episode 8, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Like episode 8, more or less set up a perfect storm for a really bad ending.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
Yeah, definitely episode 8 was definitely a big change in how the outlook of the trilogy, this current trilogy, with how it basically just threw out everything that the episode 7 was going for. Everything episode 7 set up was sort of just negated and either thrown out or resolved with little fanfare or just ignored altogether.
Or trying to set up for a surprise.
Or, it was like all a surprise for the sake of it, subversion for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Rather than any meaningful storytelling happening.
Absolutely.
Right. But we're retreading old territory.
Yeah.
Let's just get to it. What are you afraid will happen in this movie?
I'm mostly afraid about the character arc of Rey, because Rey's been set up as this awesome hero from the beginning, from episode 7, and I really like her character, or what little of it there is. I like it, but I feel like if we have any kind of payoff at the end here, that her character, it was just there just as a toy, and that's it, like a Captain Phasma thing. Like, you're just there just so we can have a girl Jedi, and then bye. Like, there's zero substance, and so that's what I'm mainly afraid of there.
Yeah, because she didn't really move from the first movie to the second movie. Her arc didn't change much at all.
She didn't have... Well, yeah, because it started off with her trying to know who she was, her parents.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of like how Luke, was wanting to know what happened to his dad and stuff. And now she's on the journey, and then it's not really a journey anymore. In fact, it doesn't really matter anymore.
I'm pretty sure I'm almost 100% confident that they're going to retcon your parents are nobody.
I'm sure they will, but that makes... My fear is that it doesn't make it meaningful in any way.
Oh, yeah. That's a good fear. I would agree with that.
Good fear.
That's a good fear. That is a good fear. My biggest fear is Palpatine coming back, and the way they're going to explain him coming back is probably going to be really stupid and completely just shoehorned in.
My biggest fear is already confirmed.
That he is coming back.
That he is a part of this movie.
Yeah.
Like, completely negating Darth Vader's achievement and his own character arc.
Yes, it
and
literally
Luke's,
does.
for that matter. It's like, okay, so now officially everything you guys did in those movies has come to nothing.
Yeah, it has meant nothing.
Another fear of mine is a lot of retconning. I feel like it's going to happen. Not just for episode 8, but for episode 5 with Leia. Mm-hmm. Or was it episode 6? It was episode 6 or 5. Which one did Luke train on Dagobah?
5.
It was 5. So it's like there's talks about seeing Leia
training with Luke.
Yeah.
Supposedly that's one of the supposed leaks, is that the two of them. It starts with young them having a lightsaber duel together on like Endor or something.
Right.
Later, I heard that it's not a young them at all. That it's like takes place in recent history.
It's a recent retcon.
That would make sense post Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
That he trains her.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Totally makes sense. What's weird is that if he is training her, I don't know if he like either kind of half-assed his training or
because she's not a Jedi.
Because She
has that outer space trick.
That's the only thing she ever uses
Have you ever
in
seen
all of the
anyone
movies.
else do it?
No.
As far as I know, 100% of all Star Wars characters who are jettisoned into outer space have died, save one.
She must be the most powerful.
Maybe
Jedi.
she's the most powerful Jedi ever.
But
She's
that's
the
weird,
one who's going
though.
to bring balance to the Force.
That's weird that if she is being trained like that,
Why wasn't she like
using the
involved in
Force.
battles? or
Yeah, why
anything?
isn't she involved in battles? Why isn't she using the Force
Right.
more often? Why does she only use an extreme amount of Force one time and then kind of never acknowledge it ever again? It doesn't make any sense. So it's like if they do show that training, it's like they're just introducing more questions that didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
It makes things make less sense.
Yeah. That's another one of my fears is Leia becomes a much bigger character than she was ever meant to be, which is fine. That's okay to have characters be more.
Yeah.
But for Leia to have an arc end in a way that it never started is strange.
Well, here's what's interesting. Her character arc may end up bigger than it should be for a character who is not around to play the part.
Yeah.
But intended to be is another thing
Yeah.
entirely, because from what I understand from the original outset, they had planned on basically the big farewell to Harrison Ford in the first movie, to Luke in the second, and to Leia in the third, and that the third movie being the very Leia-centric film was the intention, but then they lost her. And so I believe they've kind of tried to hang on to that idea, even in the absence of her being able to play the part. So
Yeah.
I did
using
not-
a lot of old footage. And
I didn't even put that together that they have big farewells for these people in each film.
Yeah.
That like really puts me off now.
yeah, because it's like, oh, so that's what the whole second trilogy is,
Right.
this third trilogy is about? That's why we have it?
Yeah.
See,
I don't know.
another
It's
fear
the
I
only thing
have.
that's like nothing's happening in these movies.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, like what is the story of the sequel trilogy? What is the sequel trilogy about?
What's it about? Yeah.
I honestly can't pin that down.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a-
whose story is it?
Yeah.
Is it Rey's story? Maybe we have a beginning.
She begins a story,
And then she's barely in the 8th movie.
yeah, and then she doesn't do much
The
in the
thing
eighth
is, I
movie.
don't know what she's trying to
Kind of gets
like,
trained,
Kind of accomplished, right?
Yeah.
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 take down the
I-
first order.
I
She's
kind
trying
of
to
feel like that's
take-
why they had to bring back the Emperor,
Right.
because it was like, well, we'd have no focal point for who and what she has to destroy.
Right. It's like it's nice that they're pitting her against Adam Driver's character, Kylo. I really like that dynamic between them, but why they're doing it makes no sense at this point, except for Kylo's bad and she's not.
Yeah, except they're both kind of nuanced, which I like.
Yeah, I like Kylo's character.
I
I'm
like,
worried.
I like Kylo's character a lot. Yeah.
I'm worried after how he ended in 8. I don't think they are going to make him just a bad guy.
Yeah,
because
but he ended 8 very one-dimensional.
Yeah, so I hope they bring that back.
In 7, he was very multi-dimensional. It was
Yeah.
very interesting.
He had pulls to the light
I
side.
loved how like conflicted he was about what he did to his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that was really cool.
And I like how he talks about the light side like Jedi talk about the dark side.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I feel it pulling me.
Yeah.
You know, I love that. They talked about that in 7.
Yeah, that is really interesting. I'm worried that episode 9 will tread a lot on 6, episode 6, in the same way that episode 7 was like episode 4. Like I can see it happening now where the Emperor is force shocking Rey and Kylo picks him up and throws him down the
I
shaft.
wouldn't be surprised. It's like these things that just keep happening. I'm just like, oh, why this happened in the other movies
Yep.
already.
Yeah.
The exact same thing.
But and then it's like funny though because it's like episode 7 was way too much like episode 4.
Absurdly.
Yeah, and then they way overcorrected with 8, where it became like they're
like a Lord and Miller
we'll make it like nothing. We'll make it like it's not even anything.
While at the same time, still like leaning heavily on all these tropes, like
Yeah.
like the salt
Yeah,
Right, Hoth.
yeah. You still have Hoth
the
at the
salt
end.
Hoth.
Instead of at the beginning, it's at the end, and instead of snow, it's salt.
And instead of Darth Vader being the father, we kill the new emperor. He's dead now.
See,
We prematurely end the arc.
I bet that
And
Abrams had planned to have some kind of parentage reveal by the third movie that would be connected to Snoke. That's
Yep.
what I'm thinking. That Snoke was like the Darth Plagueis type person who was able to create life, made Rey, right, to be his heir someday or something like that. But then he lost Snoke. And he's like, well, what do I do? Bring back the Emperor.
And
Snoke? Who's better than Snoke? The Emperor.
And it's going to be revealed that Snoke was just a puppet.
yeah, that Snoke wasn't even real.
Yeah.
Or that Snoke
he was
Snoke
he
will
was
actually just come back.
He
and-
was
Yeah.
created by the Emperor.
Yeah, and just did the Emperor's bidding, which then makes all the fear and hype in episodes 7 and part of 8 less impactful.
That's another fear.
Especially-
probably the biggest fear.
Especially in episode 7, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
They literally talk about how like powerful Snoke is, and like
Yeah.
Han and Leia even imply that they've had multiple encounters with him in the past that we haven't seen, where he's like this all-powerful ancient being who's been around before the empire ever existed,
Yeah.
and has just been lurking in the shadows for millennia, waiting for the right time to seize power of the galaxy. Now that's like almost retcon.
And the thing is, if they
do
bring
go
him
that way,
back,
yeah.
if they bring him back, or if they correct any of the stuff in 8, then it makes that movie just completely not matter, and it makes
Almost does already.
Was that
It almost doesn't matter already.
right? And it's like retconning any of that stuff doesn't give meaning to any of those things, right?
It doesn't.
And that's I think the biggest thing that I don't want to see in 9 is that we retcon and then just nothing matters anymore.
Here's another fear I have, is that, and I almost am certain it's going to happen, and that is that they will give us some scenes where they imply that we are supposed to have a strong emotional attachment to Finn and Poe.
Oh yeah,
Something significant that they do that is supposed to make us feel strong emotions, and I'll be like, I still don't know these people.
yeah.
We've had 2 other movies with him and still don't really know.
Yeah, it's like there's
Don't even know Rey.
Especially Poe.
Poe and Finn took huge back steps in the last movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's more. There's gonna be more focus on our new character
That's what we need.
on Finn's girlfriend,
Oh, Rose.
Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That also concerns me.
Yeah. And she's in the
Because
trailer.
she's a woman.
An Asian
Right,
woman.
of course.
Oh, I wasn't even going to go there, but you're right.
Yeah, no, her character is so strange just to have in there. It's strange because she doesn't mean anything. It's strange because she has
Terrible
zero.
thing to say, D.
She has zero implication on the
fucked
rest
up.
of the story.
So what does Rose accomplish in episode 8?
Okay, so
She goes to attack the slavery thing.
Okay, she frees
They
a
do
bunch
free,
of
they
animals,
free some
free
kids and
slaves,
animals
frees.
on another planet,
Okay, that is a good thing.
but their overall mission fails.
Their overall mission fails
But they
in-
freed people.
in the sense that those people are going to get captured again.
Ooh, there's a big fear
Yeah.
that the broom boy and those kids play a role in this
no.
next
Yeah.
movie.
Not the younglings.
Not the younglings.
Not the younglings.
Oh, unless they get slayed. That'd be
That'd be
interesting. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Darth Vader comes back.
No, that'll be how they sell the Emperor's return.
I'll bet you Darth Vader does come back.
Dude, I feel like anything's on the table.
I bet you Hayden Christensen is in episode 9.
Oh,
I would
absolutely.
actually
Yeah.
applaud that. I would actually applaud
No,
that.
I would like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not a fear.
I think that would be
yeah,
cool.
I'm pretty confident about that one.
Yeah.
I've even heard rumors that Samuel L. Jackson shot a scene.
Okay, that's strange.
insane.
That's weird.
Can you imagine?
Jango Fett comes back.
Jango Fett.
Not Boba Fett.
Not Boba Fett.
Jango Fett.
Yeah. Yeah. And, Jabba the Hutt comes back. Baby Jabba.
That weird CGI monster who does the music number in Jabba's palace in episode 6.
Love that guy.
He comes back
You mean in the special edition?
in the special edition. Yeah,
Wait, the bug guy?
yeah, the guy who screams at the mic and all the saliva.
Yeah.
That
I'm
guy.
really happy that they added that in there.
Oh, well-
Nana wiki tiki. That guy.
Well, yeah, exactly that guy. So if we're if episode 9 is like episode 6, then we will have a music number like that.
I hope we have a music number.
Reprise.
There probably will be a cantina.
A cantina.
They already had a cantina. Oh,
There's always a cantina.
is it Nas? Is that the girl's name?
Maz.
Maz.
Maz can, yeah.
She'll
Maz.
play a huge role.
I'm like wondering what she's
yeah,
gonna do.
Extremely significant.
She's a very important character to the whole
Funny because if
trilogy.
you go to Disneyland and go on Star Tours, so when that movie came out, 7,
Yeah.
they also launched the new revamp of Star Tours where they did all these heavy additions to the ride and borrowed stuff from all the movies. It's actually very, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
But they plug in a lot of characters, obviously betting on the idea that they're going to become iconic and be very important and everyone will know who they are and care. And when I was on, it's a different ride every time you do it. And I was on it recently and there's a moment where you get interrupted by some character, like gets beamed in and they're like, "Oh, I have a mission for you." And it was Maz. And no joke, like 4 people were like, "Who is this?" They're like, "Who is that?" So,
That's funny.
sorry. Apologies to Lupita.
She has one line in episode 8.
Maz does?
She's in like
She's a hologram.
hologram.
Oh, right.
She's the one that tells them to go find the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Canto
Maz.
Bite.
This is what's strange. It feels like every character, and I hope this doesn't happen in episode 9.
It will.
But it feels like every character in here is a supporting character.
Oh, yeah.
We're all supporting
Wow, yeah, that's so true.
someone.
Yeah.
It's because they're all supporting actors to the thing
To
that
Star
is
Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
right.
that's exactly what it is.
The
man.
star
Yeah.
of the movie
Yeah.
is the concept
Yeah.
of Star Wars.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
very
they're
weird.
all in a tribute show,
They are, yeah.
paying homage to Star Wars.
It
Yeah.
feels like what was the Christmas episode, the Christmas special?
The Star Wars Christmas
Yeah,
special.
where everyone's a supporting character for
Yeah.
because they just show up.
Yeah.
Dude, that is the weirdest thing. It is so weird.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't
Happy Life Day.
know.
Yeah.
I want to learn that song that Leia sings.
She,
She's on cocaine.
I can't
yeah.
believe they.
Big time.
yeah.
I can't believe they all were in that.
It was a contract to get the funding for Empire Strikes Back.
That's so funny.
Yeah. To get the funding, they had to agree to do a TV special and a whole bunch of other things.
Like, there's no way something like that would happen nowadays. Like a spin-off holiday special for Mandalorian, and all the characters are in it.
Yeah. Or like the Marvel holiday special.
Right? Where
Right.
all of them are in it.
Yeah. Even like characters who died are there. Tony Stark sings a song.
Yeah. Sequel trilogy it's very self-conscious of the fact that it is Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it's like when you're walking, you're just walking, right? You're not thinking about it, but then you realize you're walking and you kind of forget how to walk right and you're just walking kind of weird.
That's good.
You're still walking, but it's just kind of weird. That's what the sequel trilogy is.
That's really well said. Actually.
That's a great analogy. Episode
Yeah,
9 is
like it almost
you're
wouldn't
walking
be-
but weird.
Yeah.
It almost wouldn't be weird if you saw Finn walking like down the hallway of some ship and he's humming the Star Wars theme.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
like would be totally
It
fine.
would almost
Yeah.
be like,
You're like, oh, neat.
Oh, right. It is Star Wars.
I'm afraid.
this is Star Wars.
Yeah. I have I sense much fear in me.
That's what this whole episode is.
I sense
Yeah.
great trouble with episode
Yeah,
9.
I've been looking forward to seeing this movie as soon as 8 ended, more or less. But even more when they announced that J.J. Abrams
Was coming
Was
back,
back
for
on.
was
it.
taking over because it felt personal.
Yeah.
In a way, it felt personal to me. Like oh,
He's
like-
taking it back.
Yeah, he's like, no, you don't, Johnson, son of a bitch. You know, he's like, I'm not gonna let you get away with that. I'm gonna discredit what you did now. You don't discredit what I did. Yeah.
Trevorrow, his version,
Trevorrow.
right? His version was not going to have the Emperor. He said that. He said the Emperor was JJ's idea.
Yeah, he wanted to get that out ahead of this. He's like, not my idea.
That's
people.
literally
not my idea.
I'm telling you, he's literally doing that tour right now.
Really?
Yeah, like he is straight up.
because he is going to be credited as a writer.
Yeah, he will have some story credit.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
And he wants it to be clear, like the good ideas were mine.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not sure what amount of my ideas will make the final thing, and I kind of left because it was something they wanted something different than what I was doing, and they didn't have enough time, so they just had JJ come in. He's
Didn't
like,
have time to make the things I wanted to make.
yeah,
That's terrible.
it is. They fumbled.
I wish episode 8 was as good as Knives Out.
Knives Out was awesome, yeah.
Knives Out was amazing,
Sad.
but it makes sense that like I don't think you can be an auteur filmmaker in the middle of a saga.
No.
Like,
And
it's
continue
not-
someone else's work?
Right.
Yeah, it's not an
yeah.
appropriate place for
It's
that kind of work.
No, it's not.
There's a kids game you play where you tell a story collaboratively, where like you start it and the next person continues it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the next person, and you just go a sentence at a time, and it doesn't make a good story. It's just funny because it's so bizarre.
The new trilogy is a funny experience.
Like, it's just weird.
Let's see what happens when you take it.
Yeah.
What happens when you take it?
And what happens next? You have to say, that's literally what happened too.
That's what Star Wars is.
You know, Ryan Johnson, I mean, this has been documented that he shows up first day with the Disney machine, and they're like, okay, tell me the secrets. What happens next in the trilogy? And they're like, well, that's up to you.
Yeah, he had complete creative freedom.
Yeah.
That's
It's weird.
nuts.
It's very weird.
It's oh man, I had something to say.
You're telling me it wasn't even decided
Right.
who wins?
Yeah, it's like
Who lives, who dies? Like,
I don't know why.
I think that's okay to write that way. It's just not okay, like you said,
Well-
to have an auteur.
right,
in charge
who's
of
going to immediately make it almost too much him.
Right.
It's not letting the personality of Star
Right.
Wars or the legacy of Star Wars
Right,
is
it
something
needs-
you have to acknowledge. and
except like there's times I think it's kind of worked. You know, like Taika Waititi doing Thor Ragnarok comes to mind.
No, yeah, but
It's still a part of one larger story.
yeah, I think that was different though, because the Marvel universe in itself is not an original IP. It's just something that already exists as a comic book, and now this is a big adaptation.
Right.
And
yeah,
in that
so
adaptation,
the story's already there.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't know why.
Maybe Ryan Johnson could have done it if someone had written the script first and then he just directed it.
Yeah, well,
that I could- yeah,
well, look
that I could
at
see.
Breaking Bad.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Right.
The best
Yeah,
episodes
Ryan
are
Johnson.
directed by him.
Yeah, yeah.
He did Fly and he did Ozymandias.
Yes, we are stating Fly as one of the best episodes.
It's an episode that stands out.
So I don't know why. I don't know why they don't do trilogies, especially if you know you're going to do a full trilogy.
Yeah.
Why not take the time to do it the same way
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings did it, same way the prequels did it, where
But they didn't do it the same way the originals did it. See.
Well, they're actually trying to emulate how the originals.
I know, that's
did
what I
it,
mean.
and that's where
And
it's
that-
going
that's-
wrong.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, but it's, the thing with the originals was that it, at the very least it was still organic.
Because it was from one person.
Yeah,
And because they had nothing to compare themselves to.
Yeah.
it was a fresh story. Also, George Lucas, his first treatment of Star Wars was all 3 of those movies.
Well, he had some sort of framework that he was working in.
So the story was there.
Yeah.
And also just take the time to do it right, because it's like the prequels released over 1999 to 2005. And
6 years.
Yeah, that's 6 years. And sequel trilogy is 2015 to now.
And this is actually
and it's not even
5th movie.
Yeah, it's
this is the 5th Star Wars movie
they
pumped out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's one every year. It's like, I don't know. I feel like you got to take the time to get that developed. If they took the extra like 2 years that the prequels had to just hone in the arc of the whole trilogy and make sure the characters.
You're talking about a motivation that's different than money.
Prequel trilogy made a ton of money.
Yes,
You just
did.
need the Star Wars logo. It's gonna make money, all right. And if you know it's gonna make money, you might as well make it good.
Yeah,
so
but
then it
Disney
keeps
doesn't-
making money.
Disney
Then
doesn't
we see
believe
that
that, though.
Han
If you
Solo
do it-
bombs because everyone's like, oh, these movies aren't that good anymore.
If you
Quality matters, actually.
quality and for money,
Believe it or not, yeah.
long term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why all the first Disney animation movies always take a really long time to make, but then the sequels are really quick
Yes.
Yeah.
and suck.
Yes.
And suck.
A bad movie can make a ton of money. A bad movie over and over and over again will not keep making money.
No.
That's why the Marvel series is done so well, because they're consistently a level of quality and they consistently make the money.
My informed decision, which comes from seeing the mistakes they've already made and looking backwards, is that Disney really should have just focused on nailing down the MCU, get it done, deliver through Endgame, be amazing at it, then close up shop, bring those people who were very, very good at doing that thing, the whole universe idea, and put them in charge of now doing it with Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's what they should have done.
Yeah. But that would have to be delayed gratification.
I know. Ooh, gotta wait for a good thing. That's rough.
Yeah. They want to make their $4 billion back as fast as possible.
They got Star Wars.
It's
They have the IP. They got to do something with it.
so expensive.
From what I understand, they actually overpaid for Lucasfilm, and that Lucasfilm was valued at about $3.5 billion
Jeez.
because they didn't have any films in production already. It devalued them, even though they were Star Wars and all that. But George Lucas wanted the Marvel deal, where they paid $4 billion for Marvel, I think. So as a gesture of goodwill, they overpaid and gave him the $4 billion.
All right.
So then they were like, okay, we overpaid technically.
We
We got to make it back as fast as possible.
They spent $2 billion more building a theme park land based on the movies that no one likes as much as the originals. What a disaster!
This is fun.
Yeah.
What kind of pizza is
Is
Star Wars?
our fear?
Is our
Episode 9
nightmare?
fears? Yeah.
Is our nightmare?
Oh, can we do a pizza prediction?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Okay, what's
my
your
prediction is that I'm going to open this pizza box, look in, and just see 7 and 8 scrambled together. Whatever those two pizzas are, just chopped up and mixed, and that just be the same. Maybe with like extra cheese, because I think they're going to like really go over the top with the spectacle.
Yeah.
From what I can see in the trailer, it's like they are really going crazy. They're like, what have we not seen?
Right.
Let's have a Star Destroyer come up from under the ocean and break through ice like a submarine.
Yep.
You know, I think that, yeah.
I think
That's how I think too.
Episode 9 will be a pizza that is... It's a big pizza, like it's really big, but it's not it's not a circle, you know? Maybe it's like a square. And the slice that you get out of it is a slice that is cut from the middle of the pizza, just like a rectangle cut out of the middle of it.
Okay.
And you're given, or not a rectangle, but like some weird oval with like a puzzle piece kind of look. And you just get that slice, but you don't get to see what the original pizza looked like. So you don't know which way, you don't know how to start. You don't know where to start on the pizza. You don't know which way is up or down. You don't know where it's coming from.
Is it good?
There's cheese on the bottom and the top.
Yeah, cheese on the bottom and the top.
You're like, what
Yeah.
is it?
There's no sauce.
There's no sauce.
And it's just not that good because you don't know what to do with it. You don't know how to eat it.
Nice.
So can we play back our predictions in our actual episode?
Yes.
And be like, was it that pizza?
We are.
That's good.
This is going to be a pizza that you read on the menu that you're like, that actually sounds pretty good. This sounds like it's going to be pretty amazing. And you're like thinking about, okay, so it has artisanal ingredients and everything, and it's like this kind of like barbecue kind of pizza, and it's going to have chicken on it too. And then you get it and you're just like, oh, it's barbecue chicken pizza. I've had this before.
Oh, because they hyped it up like it was something new.
It was like something, it was like, artisan ingredients in it, and you're just eating it, and you're just like,
you've never seen
No.
anything like this.
I've had this last week. Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
It's not that good.
Aw. Sad.
Yeah.
I'm going to cry.
Let's cry.
I think I will. Yeah. I feel like this. I think my emotions should be just expended by now. Like I shouldn't have to feel this way, but I still think I'm going to get mad.
You know what's going to happen?
I shouldn't, but I think I will.
I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to leave the theater, and I'm going to be like, okay, you know what? This was the best one of all three. I'm going to say this is the best Star Wars movie of the Disney era. And then I'm going to sit on it for a while, and then I'm going to realize it wasn't. Because that's what I've done every time.
You have.
Every Star Wars movie.
I remember I saw you right after you saw Rogue One, and you're like, you know what? It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I came back, and I'm like, yeah, it was pretty good. And you're like, you know what? I changed my mind. I really don't like that movie. And I'm like, wow, okay. And then you told me about Episode 8. You're like, it's actually kind of cool. And I'm like, all right. And then we went and saw it together. And when it ended, I looked at him. I'm like, that was bad. And you're like, yeah.
Getting caught up in the hype.
You get caught up in the magic.
Yeah, I do. Star Wars
magic
always does it for me
I'm
in the moment.
I'm thinking I'm gonna come out of 9 thinking it was better than Episode 3, and then when we sit on it and talk about it, I'm gonna realize
argue. Yeah.
no, Episode 3 is much better.
The prequels just have more passion.
They have a lot more passion.
Yeah,
they have a lot worse writing.
They have a vision.
Yeah, the
The writing
there's a
is
lot that's
pretty trash.
bad
There's a lot
about
that's
those
bad.
movies.
Yeah.
But someone went out and sought to do a thing and succeeded.
Yeah.
That is what it is.
Yeah.
These are not that.
Nope. Nope.
This is like a fabrication machine.
Yeah,
where
but
you put in all the elements and it brings out a Star Wars movie.
you're printing a Star Wars movie.
Printed Star Wars
printed-
movie.
I'm-
It kind of is.
My wife and I just we're watching all the Star Wars movies in order before we get to Episode 9.
Me too.
And we just finished Episode 3
Me too.
in release order. And what was I going? Oh, we're gonna watch Episode 7 next.
Me too.
And I'm thinking,
Sorry.
and I'm thinking Episode 7. I keep thinking in my head, oh, this is gonna be much more of an enjoyable experience. But then I keep thinking that's not actually gonna happen. That's actually just a worse experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
You too?
Me too.
You too.
Yeah. I'm very curious because I haven't watched Episode 7 since it came out.
Since it released? Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. So I'm very curious.
All right.
What a downer.
Yeah. Very
What a
sad.
downer episode.
Very sad.
Well, yes.
Well,
This
tune in.
episode is anti-hype.
Anti-hype.
Yeah.
If you've been hyped up too much,
You're now.
just watch this episode.
Watch this.
We'll take you down a peg. We'll probably make you enjoy the movie more.
Yeah. Lower your expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be back in a couple weeks
Talk about the
to
movie.
do Episode 9.
Yep. All righty. Bye, guys.